Ted and Maria are visiting their good friend, Captain McKay. He lives in a city along the ocean, a city built around a harbor. We could see how big the harbor is if we were in an airplane. A harbor is a sheltered place with calm water, where boats are safe from bad weather. Most harbors have long piers built out into the water. At these piers, boats are kept or docked when they come into the harbor to be loaded or unloaded. Captain McKay and his friends decide to look at the fishing boats that are docked at this pier. Fishermen are busy unloading fish from their boats. These are halibut, which fishermen have caught far out beyond the harbor in the open sea. Others have caught codfish. Some of these fish will be sold for food in stores near the harbor. Some will be sent to other cities. Leaving the pier where fishing boats are docked, they walk toward another pier nearby. This is a small, sturdy tugboat. Captain McKay can tell Ted and Maria about tugboats because he is a tugboat captain himself. He explains how tugboats are built to push or pull other boats through the water harbor. This tugboat is pushing a barge. Barges are long, flat boats that have to be pushed or pulled because they have no engines. Barges are used to carry heavy loads. This kind of boat, called a sea train, carries a very heavy load of railway freight cars. Sea trains, barges, and tugboats are some of the many kinds of boats that are busy doing work in the harbor. Captain McKay suggests that they look at more of the busy harbor. At one pier, a large ship, a freighter, is docked. There are several long poles called... One boom is lifting freight or cargo from the ship. The boom is lowering a crate to workers called longshoremen, who are loading it into a railroad car on the pier. From other freighters or cargo ships, more cargo from other lands is being unloaded. Bags of cinnamon from faraway Indonesia. Heavy rolls of wire from Germany. These kinds of cargo and many more come by ship to the harbor from other lands. Here are bananas from Ecuador in plastic bags. They are being loaded on to carry them to other American cities. Cargo on the pier is moved by trucks of many kinds and sizes. This small truck is lifting bundles of burlap cloth. It is being carried into a huge building called a warehouse, built along the center of the pier. Inside this warehouse, trucks stack the cargo in neat piles. Other trucks are taking products out of the warehouse to be loaded on ships. These bags of flour are being sent from the United States to harbors in other lands. Other kinds of cargo, too, are being readied for loading. These crates of apples soon will be shipped to other harbors across the sea. The owner of the apples, Mr. Larson, is on the pier this morning. He's a good friend of Captain McKay's, and he's happy to meet Ted and Maria. He has something they might like. Ripe red apples. Mr. Larson has business in the warehouse this morning, but he's glad he could talk to Captain McKay and his young friends. Apples are one kind of cargo that they'll surely remember. Lumber is still another kind of cargo sent to other lands. A powerful machine called a crane is lifting lumber and piling it in large stacks aboard this ship. Most piers have cranes to help to load and unload ships. Other kinds of cargo are loaded in different ways. This big pipe pours a steady stream of wheat into a cargo ship. Grain from America is shipped to many countries of the world. Captain McKay explains that all day long, and sometimes even at night, cargo ships move in and out of the harbor, bringing goods to America from other lands, taking goods from America to other lands. Of course, ships can't run at all without sailors. Sailors who work on ships which cross the ocean get to visit harbors in many countries. Sailors learn many things about other lands and the people who live in them. Ted thinks he might like to be a sailor someday. Let's look at a ship that has a big crew of sailors. It's a large passenger ship. It carries people across the wide ocean. On the pier are men who have the job of making sure that everything is ready for the arrival of the ship and its passengers. Tugboats carefully guide the big ship to the pier. Long ropes are tossed from the ship to men who will tie the ship to the pier. Then the gangway, a kind of movable stairway, is lowered from the ship, and passengers start to come ashore. Some of the passengers are returning from vacations overseas. Some have come from other lands across the ocean to do business. No matter who they are, all the ship's passengers are happy to see their friends and families on the pier. Ted and Maria wish they could ride on his tugboat right now. Let's go. One of the men in Captain McKay's crew helps Ted and Maria aboard. Before long, they're moving through the deep water of the harbor. Up in the wheelhouse, where Captain McKay steers the tugboat, Ted and Maria look out over the busy harbor. Behind the boat, they can see a wake, a trail of water churned up by the tug's propeller. From the wheelhouse, they can see many boats moving about. There's a Coast Guard boat. Coast Guard boats patrol the harbor day and night, making sure that ships and cargo are safe. And there's a dredge. Dredges take mud from the harbor deep enough for big ships to come safely in. Farther out, toward the open sea, is a low stone wall called a breakwater. It protects the harbor from high waves. On a rocky point of the shore stands a lighthouse. The bright light at the top of the lighthouse warns boats coming into the harbor of dangerous rocks below. This kind of floating marker, called a bell buoy, also warns of rocks and shallow water. Ted and Maria have learned many things today. And they're having fun on their tugboat ride through the harbor. You'll have fun, too, as you learn more about these busy places called harbors.